AC Martin's success probably starts with its core values of craft, integrity, and professional responsibility. Is the underpinning of an organization that is deeply committed to its family, deeply committed to its family of employees.
My grandfather was an incredible architect, and my father and my uncle, and it was something that was quite natural.
It's interesting to have a family firm that has lasted for so many generations in leadership, and so I think it is really a testament to their commitment to family and to the family business.
When I was young, I always had a pencil in my hand, or a camera, or a crayon, and it was something that was a process that I've always enjoyed. It's something that was in our family.
In our family of 5 kids, just as in David's family with 5 kids, both of us found ourselves in the garage. We would take anything apart and put it back together and figure out how it could be better. We've always had our hands in the clay, so to speak.
I look at my grandfather's work, the churches and the city halls and county buildings.
The most important buildings for AC Senior were probably what is now the Ventura City Hall. That was 1908. It really put him on the map.
St. Vincent's Church at Figueroa and Adams is probably the finest Spanish colonial revival building in LA City Hall, of course.
City Hall really symbolizes everything you would hope about city government. It has a solid base, it rises toward the heavens. It really speaks to the progressive movement to clean up local government, and that was built during that time period. So it speaks to the time that it was built.
My favorite now for Al and Ed's generation has been Thompson Ramo Wooldridge for the aerospace, because aerospace was the big industry in California coming out of World War II. TRW Space Park in Redondo Beach, there's probably 300 buildings there.
They were involved with this whole mid-century aerospace that was so important to California.
But also the financial empires that was in Los Angeles that happened principally with Arco Towers, now called City National Bank, which was over 4 million square feet in one project.
Now we look at the building that they built in the early 1970s, and it is an architectural masterpiece. The concept of the plaza, this open space, so the idea of focusing the density on towers as opposed to spreading it across the entire block, was to create more open space for people to be able to walk and enjoy the good weather that we have in Los Angeles.
In this AC Martin design building, we see features from the 1960s that were highlighting water and power, and a lot of those features were really ahead of their time, and they incorporated notions of green building that really didn't come into fashion until decades later.
I think it's designed so beautifully. It tells a story about water and power, about the light and the way it's designed, and that really speaks to incredible foresight of where we would be as Californians, both in terms of water and electricity decades later.
The cantilevered decks provide shade for the building. The reflecting pool downstairs is part of the heating and cooling system of the building. These were notions that were way ahead of their time.
Good architects think about a building both in daylight and at nighttime, how to appreciate that building in a way that is very different from how you look at it in the daytime.
AC Martin was given the contract to do the restoration for the building. There was a decision made not to tear this building down, but rather to restore it. When you come in the lobby of the building, the attention to detail on the restoration, the ceiling, the walls, the floors, it's like walking back in time. The importance of government, the importance of community coming together and governance. These buildings really, I think, bring that out in all of the residents of Los Angeles.
And finally, in David's and my generation, the real hallmarks for me are fixing LA City Hall, the seismic renovation.
There was that passion to really do the job right. They wanted to restore it and make sure that it would last for many more generations. You can see all kinds of detail. You have the marble columns, you have the carved stone columns, capitals, you've got the tile work, you've got stenciling, you've got coffered ceilings, you've got beautifully detailed lanterns. Every surface here is decorated and designed.
It would not have happened without Project Restore.
As USC and Los Angeles have grown together, the Martin family and the A.C. Martin firm has been at the center of that growth. From Popovich Hall to the Tudor Hall of Engineering to the beautiful Tudor Campus Center, A.C. Martin has transformed USC's landscape. I'm very grateful to Chris and David Martin for establishing the A.C. Martin Visiting Professorship in the School of Architecture, and also for creating a fellowship in memory of Patrick's love of travel to help students study abroad.
And now, at this point in our careers, to be doing a project over $1 billion, the Wilshire Grand office and hotel project, is just a capper to a wonderful career. Patrick was Jeanette's and my oldest son, and he died of cancer on January 3rd, 2012. Patrick was one of our best partners. And in fact, the Wilshire Grand is a dedication, in my mind, to Patrick. It was the last thing he and I talked about on the day he passed away. So I'm finishing this project really in the memory of Patrick. And he's with me every day. He inspires me, and he inspires the employees of this company.
They have a respect for what they leave behind, to leave a legacy that is lasting, that's important, that's significant to those who will follow us.
Project Restore is in many ways a standard bearer for the great history of Los Angeles.
I hope that all of our buildings have that cultural stamp of approval, that they become historic monuments, that they are recognized as contributing to our society over a long period of time.
The legacy of the firm is really in the quality of the work that we do. We believe in excellence. We do not want to ever do anything that is not our best. The history of A.C. Martin is really part of the history of Los Angeles. It is the history of Los Angeles.